You're now the director of business development at Launch Oregon through the UO Foundation. How did this all come to be, Nate? Because you're coaching, and then now you have this wonderful opportunity at your alma mater in a different capacity.
I was following the coaching career path and I was working my way up slowly, but surely, just trying to grow and develop every day and be better for the student athletes that I was interacting with and the coaching staffs that I was a part of. I think that the situation was strange and that the timing was tough. I got an opportunity offered to me to come back to Eugene and to work for a cause that I strongly believe in, which is the University of Oregon's mission statement. And although the timing was extremely challenging, it was an opportunity that was too good for me to pass up. It was the right move for my family and myself. And I do feel poorly because I left the University of Nevada, my previous employer, in a tough, precarious situation because I literally left 2 weeks before the season was supposed to start. So that's never going to be an easy Band-Aid to rip off. But I am completely content and happy with my decision. I know people that I'm working for here at the foundation and within Launch Oregon, and obviously we'll get into the details of what exactly we do. The people I'm working for here are excellent. They're all very committed to the cause of the University of Oregon, which is something that's always been near and dear to my heart, and I've had a role in many different facets. Sometimes that was on the athletics side of things, and now it's more on the educational side of things. But being a part of this place, being back on campus, is special for me. It's really a homecoming. And when my wife and I were considering taking this opportunity, it was always going to be a group decision for us. We came back to the fact that Eugene has been the one place that we've lived, and we've lived all over. We've lived in Sarasota, Florida, Los Angeles, California, San Diego, California, Reno, Nevada, a lot of places. This is the one place that we've lived where we've had a sense of community and a sense of belonging, and a sense of extended family. So for us, that helped make the decision a little easier.
I love that, man. I mean, it's all full circle. I love how you called it a homecoming, and you're onto something, man. I think the older we get, like you want to have that sense of community wherever you go. I mean, you could be in the most beautiful place in the world, but if you don't have that sense of community and that foundation, then to me, you don't really have a lot. So I think that's really amazing how that's become a place for you and your wife, and to raise your kids, you know, back for you, at a time that that you still fondly look back on to this day. So like, take me through like the ins and outs of what you do on a daily basis.
Yeah. So this new entity, and it's brand new. I've been here for literally a month now, and the entity was only spun up about in March or so of this year. So it's brand new. But what the goal and mission of Launch Oregon is to take commercializable ideas, inventions that are happening on the UO campus and in the UO community at large, and help them be built into commercializable ideas. So things that obviously will benefit society and also benefit those individuals in the future. So, probably 3/4 of what we're doing is business building, literally taking thoughts and ideas and building them into something that's actually commercializable. And then the other quarter of what we'll do is injecting capital. So obviously we have a fund of money that we can use in a venture capital like fund structure, and we can provide that capital to those inventors, those professors, the people with those ideas, those companies, that can help them just advance their idea a lot quicker. Because as we know, money can be hard to come by in this world, but you got to spend money to make money. So one of the things that we're going to do is be able to provide some of that money that they need to accelerate their ideas into impact a little faster.
That's so cool, man. I mean, what a fascinating, opportunity at your alma mater. Like when you got the call, like were you like surprised? Like was there a sense of like shock?
There was, and I have done a decent job of ingratiating myself around the university at large. Because obviously the foundation is not necessarily directly related to athletics and all that kind of stuff, but I think I've done a decent job of kind of tending to my reputation. I think people know my background is not just around athletics, not just around football, but I also have a business mind to myself, which is why I was courted for this job and why I was interested in it. So when I actually got the job offer itself, it's something that was a shock, but it was also just a pleasant shock to receive because I knew it just aligned with me in a number of different ways. Ultimately, the cause is going to benefit the University of Oregon. I love the University of Oregon. This place has given me so much in life. And while this is also a way for me to, get a paycheck and help my family financially, it's also a way for me to give back. So the fact that I get to do both of those roles at the same time is just very unique, and you just don't get the opportunity. And this venture capital space that we're in too, it's more of a long-term mindset. And I come from football and coaching where it's day to day, year to year. Your success is literally measured in a 6 month span. In venture capital, you don't measure success in 6 month spans, because if you did, nothing would happen on time. Venture capital is 3, 5, 7, 10 year time spans. And that's what we're hoping to build here. And we're hoping to build something that will last well after me and well after my coworkers, trying to build a legacy, essentially. And the fact that I can be involved with something that has a potential to last well beyond me, when I'm gone and in the ground, or when I'm retired, like, what we do now is going to have an impact for the future. And that was probably the most exciting prospect for me financially, is just being able to have that long-term mindset of this thing can last a long, long time and have a big impact, not just on the U of O or Eugene, but the state and potentially the entire nation. So those types of things, those type of big vision goals that have long-term lifespan, those are exciting to me.
Do you feel fulfilled today in this moment?
I wouldn't say I feel fulfilled. I've I always yearn. I always have just something kind of here where I am grateful for the opportunities that I have, very grateful for the position that I'm currently in, but never satisfied. And I don't think a feeling of fulfillment happens very often for me. Just a few times in life where I've fulfilled when I got married to my wife, and then the two children that we've been able to bring into this world. Those are probably two moments in my life where it's like, okay, there's a sense of fulfillment, and I feel happy and I feel content. Um, Now that quickly erodes and goes away, and then it's back into normal life, and it's back into striving and yearning and trying to be better and trying to push forward. And that's what my work is every single day. And I get in here, I'm one of the first people in the building. I'm one of the last people to leave. That's never going to change. It's just a part of who I am. Um, and yeah, just because there's a hunger and there's a drive, and I want to see this entity succeed, and I want to be a part of the entity for a long, long time.